Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says American evangelicals are the best friends Israel has. Those words came after several evangelical leaders recently visited the Jewish state and met with the Prime Minister. Chris Mitchell brings us that story.
Netanyahu met with leaders who serve on President Trump's Evangelical Faith Advisory Board, who pointed out to CBN News they were not representing the president on their trip. The meeting was arranged by Mike Evans, founder of the Friends of Zion Heritage Center in Jerusalem. The 17 evangelical leaders visited Israel recently as guests of Israel's Ministry of Tourism. CBN News met up with them at the Tower of David Museum in Jerusalem's Old City.
Jerusalem is like home because of our faith and because so many significant events that we read about every day in the Bible happen right here in this very place.
The trip is part of an ongoing program intended to strengthen and deepen ties with evangelicals in the U.S.
Most of us on this group actually lead groups, and so this is a chance to see the latest discoveries and have briefings by government officials about what's happening in God's land.
CBN News spoke with Harvest Ministry Pastor Greg Laurie, Dr. Robert Jeffrey, Senior Pastor of First Baptist Church in Dallas, and Dr. Jack Graham, pastor of Prestonwood Baptist Church in Plano, Texas.
Many of us connected because we have been a part of the President's Faith Initiative. We're not here representing the President, but we are here as friends and supporters of Israel.
The trial could actually take place instead of King Herod here with Pilate, right here, because Pilate was actually residing in the Easter time, in Pesach, Passover, within the palace of King Herod.
Shahar Shiloh serves as a consultant for the Tower of David Museum in Jerusalem.
We're always saying, before coming to Israel, you read the Bible, you see it in black and white. Once visited Israel, in every chapter, every time you read about Paul, Peter, or Jesus, it's all vivid and vibe, and everything becomes in full color, full HD 4K. Something happens in your soul.
While many of the leaders had visited before, they still talked of seeing new things.
We just saw a spot a few moments ago I've never been to before that they think might be the actual area where Christ was tried. And that was amazing to me.
We're told in the scriptures Jesus was taken from Pilate into Herod's castle or palace, and here we are for the first time in my life to see it.
We asked about the importance of U.S.-Israel relations.
I think in some ways America needs Israel as much as Israel needs America, because there is a blessing promised in the book of Genesis to those that would bless Abraham and his descendants, the Jewish people. So I think as we've stood with the only real democracy in the Middle East, and not just that, but because they've been our true friends and allies.
We understand every other nation in the world has the right to name its own capital. Why shouldn't Israel? 3,000 years ago, David was the one who named Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. We're simply confirming what history's already taught us.
Although this trip is meant to encourage visits to Israel, these men see it as a pilgrimage that goes deeper than tourism.
The Bible is sort of like the GPS of Israel. You follow your Bible around this city and around this land, and you'll see so much. That's so important.
And when we come here, we see once again that our faith is not built on fiction, it's built on historical fact. And I find people have a whole new way of understanding and believing the Bible after they've been to Israel.
Chris Mitchell, Tower of David Museum, Old City, Jerusalem.